Story time about how I left my ex-boyfriend.
You're like, okay, I'm like, he's basically trying to say I sound like a white girl.
Can you not be a fucking reasonable human being?
This is real, this is me, but it's what that was about irritated at this point. I'm fucking irritated. It'll be me. I'm down. Watch or keep up the scroll. It's nobody. I'm just me, man. And I'm happy to be it. Oh my god.
And y'all can let me know in the comments, am I an asshole? So I'm gonna be getting a little bit like put together while I do the story time. So me and my ex-boyfriend, we was together for like maybe like 3.5 years. And when we first met, we were in high school. And funny story, one of the girls who was Lee's cousin actually is his sister. So one of the girls who jumped me in high school is his older sister. So we get like, I think we go out on like a date, like we get linked up by Boobie, and Boobie like makes us like talk or whatever, because I guess he was interested in me. So long story short, we end up going on a date, never separate. So we're together, yada, yada, yada. So he always like came from like a little bit of like a rough background, and he was like in like an adoption, like foster type of situation when we were in high school. And by the time that we got together, he was only, I think about to be like 21. So I'm like 18 or 17. I think we were together for my 18th birthday. So I was 17. I was still in my senior year, but he had just graduated. And so he always like struggled with like working and stuff like that. So I remember he was staying with his sister, and I had started like working at Taco Bell, and my mom, she's always been like up under her boyfriends and stuff like that. So my mom was basically like staying in Cleveland like 24 hours a day all the time, like when she wasn't at work, and we lived 45 minutes away from there. So I was always at home by myself, and my friends actually like always lived with me. I had Genesis living with me from freshman year and sophomore year, and then I had Boobie living with me from junior year to senior year. So in these times, when he's staying with his sister and I had got a job at the Taco Bell, I had like senior leaving privileges. So I was allowed to leave school at 10:30 in the morning, and I would like go to work. And if I wasn't at work, I would go to his sister's house and like kick it with him. So me and his sister obviously always had like our tension because she jumped me in high school. So there was like this weird tension that was never spoke. And he basically had a talk with her and was like, hey, like, I'm staying here too, like I'm paying, so like I should be allowed to have like company and stuff over, right? So they had me, like I used to stay the night all the time, but mind you, like I still have a home at my mom's house, and my friend's still living at my mom's house. So it's like they tried to like at one point make me pay like a rent towards them, and I was like, girl, I'm still in high school, like I ain't gonna pay a rent towards nobody, like you tripping for real. So in the end, that ended up making him get kicked out of his sister's house. So it was like this big thing, and I ended up getting him a job at the Taco Bell that I worked at. So we worked together, and I took it upon myself to find a place for him to stay. So my family, like even when I went to prom, like we always like, we got his suit, we got his like outfit together, we got his shoes. Like he never really had to pay anything. Like me and my family always looked out for him and made sure like he was straight, because we understood like his family situation and everything. So come time like when he moves into the other house, we were working at our Taco Bell, and like we worked there for a couple of years together, but there was some like financial issues or something like that where he was staying at. And me and Genesis were actually about to get an apartment together by the end of the summer. So he was a part of like being a part of the apartment. So basically, like, I went from like I was always like his saving grace. Like, I always put him under my wing, under my arm, to make sure like he was straight, right? So then, like, fast forward a little bit, like, we're at the apartment now, and like me and Genesis moved in. Like, he's a part of our rent, so like we split the rent 3 ways because he's staying there. And so it's always been like a understood thing that like if you are gonna be like with me, you're not gonna be insecure. Like, I'm not a cheater. I don't like step out. Like, I'm always with you. We work together, we go home together, we ride together, we do everything together. So it was like, don't question me like what I'm doing like on my phone and stuff like that. And it was always like a thing, like if you ever were to question me or I'm to question you, like, we're just not gonna be together, right? So there was a time when my mom, like I said, she was up under her boyfriend. He ended up getting killed. So he had kids, and like me and one of his kids were like, who was older, got really, really close because of the death and everything. Like, it just brought us together because I was like you're never gonna be alone, you know? So we would FaceTime every single day, like after his dad's passing, and like he would come over all the time, drink with me and my ex, and like we would just be like all like a group together, right? So by this time, there was like Genesis had ended up moving out with her girlfriend, and she didn't want to stay there anymore. So it was just me and him, and he had accused me of trying to sleep with the son. So I'm like, that's my brother. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, literally. On top of that being like this circumstance, and that being like just like an insane thing to accuse me of, like, you think that I'm sleeping with my brother? Like, that's actually crazy. Like, and then the fact that you can't even understand like the situation that everything's happening, like the stuff that I'm going through, that my mom's going through, that he's going through, like, it was just like ridiculous. So I broke up with him like instantly, but that's not even the end. Like, it gets even worse. Stay tuned for part 2. So part 2. So I end up like breaking up with him, whatever. Like, I'm like, I already told you in the first place, like, if you ever get to like questioning me, or you ever get to like being like too much like with this whole, like, don't be insecure, because like, baby, I don't care what none of y'all say, I'm a bad bitch. So I'm like, if you can't handle being with a bad bitch, you ain't gonna be with one, period. So we end up breaking up, and of course that means like he doesn't have a place to stay, and he can't go back with his sister because they were beefing because of me. And then it was like he didn't have a way to work, so he basically couldn't work at Taco Bell anymore with me. So I'm like, you know what, like, I'm sorry, but this is just how it's gotta be, like, whatever. So that night I kicked him out, and he ends up, I wake up in the morning and he's on my fucking couch. He broke into my balcony and ended up on my fucking couch. So I'm like I wake up and I'm scared because like, what the fuck? Like, you really like climbed into my fucking, on my balcony, and then broke into my fucking house. Like, that is like some scary fucking shit. So I'm going off on him. We're fighting. Like, we're going back and forth. And he's just like, how could you do this to me? Like, he's like, I need to be here. Like, I need somewhere. Like, how am I supposed to live? Like, how am I supposed to be working? I'm like, you should have thought about that before you started being weird and doing weird accusations. Like, and mind you, this is the boyfriend. Like, when people be like, oh my God, you guys would have like the cutest kids together, I'd be like, oh, I don't want kids. Like, you know, there's just like those certain people that's like, you'd be like, oh, hell no. Like, we ain't never having kids together. Like, are you crazy? So, like, it was, like, one of those. But I still loved him. Like, it was just, like, baby, like, absolutely not. Like, you can't get your shit together. Like, I've had to give us somewhere to stay. I've had to make sure that we had jobs. Like, that would be like a ridiculous fucking statement for us to be like, I'm pregnant. Like, no, we're not doing that. So then he basically ended up beating me with a shoe. He ended up beating me with a shoe, like, on the way out, because we were, like, fighting. When I say we were fighting, like, I mean, like, we was for real, like, back and forth, like, tussling like some females. So, like, after that, like, I ended up kicking him out, like, for the final time. And I called the leasing office right after that. It was like, bitch, ain't no motherfucking way that my fucking balcony is this motherfucking loose. Anybody could just break into my shit, baby. Like, I ended up getting that shit fixed, like, ASA motherfucking P. So I'm like, keep this shit all the way, player. Like, you gonna have to move on. So at this point, like I said, we were together for probably like 2.5 years at this point. So a couple months later, I was super drunk, and I was like with like Genesis. She had ended up coming over with her girlfriend, and like they kept on like encouraging me, like, girl, go get your man back. Like, go and like go do what you know is right. Like, you know he loved you, and you know like he's always been in a fucked up position. So like do what you know is right, and like go and make things okay. So I'm already drunk, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna call. So I get to call in his phone, and he's out. Like, everybody in his family basically didn't like me at this point, besides like his like adoptive grandma or like his foster grandma. I don't know which one. It's like one or the other. But so they had basically were like, fuck that bitch, like, don't answer her call. Like, I can hear them inside the background. And he was like, he loved me, so he was like, no, like, I'm gonna hear her out, whatever the case. And like when he came over my house, like, we were like in a good space. I'm like, so do you like want to be back together? And he was like, yeah, like, of course, like, I've loved you, I always loved you, like, I didn't want to break up in the first place. So I'm like, okay. But mind you, this is like 3 months after our breakup. So he's working at a new job. He's working at Amazon, and he's making a good amount of money, and I'm still working at Taco Bell. And he's like encouraging me, like, you should quit and just like work where I'm working. He was like, I like really appreciate everything that you and your family have done for me. I appreciate like the things that you've given me. I appreciate like the stuff that we've done as a couple. And I really, really, truly, and honestly want to like move you out of this apartment. I want to pay all of the rent, pay all the bills, and I want you to do what you want to do for like once. I want you to be able to live the way that you want to live, and like not have to worry about anything, because you basically made sure whenever I was down that I didn't have to worry about anything. So I'm like, oh, like, that's so sweet. Like, and he's like telling me like the lease is up soon, like, I want you to start like apartment hunting. So I'm like, okay. Like, so I start like setting up little like meetings and stuff like that so that I can apartment hunt in Cleveland right by Amazon. And I apply, and he does day shift. So I'm like, okay, like, I do night shift at Taco Bell, so I'm just used to that schedule. So I'm going to do night shift at Amazon. Stay tuned for part 3. Okay, so part 3. All right, so I apply at Amazon, and I end up like doing my drug test, and I like do the little like they give you a set date to start, and if you pass your drug test and your background check, like, it all comes back at the same time. So you automatically start on your pending start date as long as everything comes through. So I ended up getting like my little mail or whatever, and it said like I had passed and that I could start. So I'm asking him, because like he's always wanted to be like laid up under me and stuff like that, and he stayed at my house. Like, I knew his schedule kind of, but I didn't really know how Amazon worked. So like he stayed up under me for like 3 days, and I'm like, you don't have to go to work? Like, I'm so confused. So mind you, I'm set to start in like a week because I already had my pending start date. So I'm like, aren't you supposed to be fucking working? Like, why are you not there? He was like, oh, like, I have days like where I just haven't showed up, and like I think as long as like I don't know if he didn't understand or he was just lying, but he was like, as long as you like let them know when you come back in, then they'll cover like the days for you. And he was like, and plus my app isn't working. So he going to show me like the little work app that they got, and it's not loading up. So me not working there yet, I'm just thinking like, oh, okay, like you just have to talk to somebody, but you still need to like go to work. Like you've been over here for like 2-3 days. So then he's like, yeah, I'm gonna check to see what that's about. Da da da. So mind you, like I said, I'm going to like apartment hunt. Like I'm calling him and I'm like, okay, babe, like there's like these like certain apartments that I'm loving. Like they come with certain like things with them. Like I'm really like just so excited to like have a fresh start and excited that I got a new job, like that I'm about to make some more money. So mind you, I'm like, all right, telling him about these things. He has all this time before I start work to let me know anything that he has to fucking tell me, right? So then my start date comes around and they're like explaining to me how the app works and stuff like that. And I was like they're explaining to me about PTO, UPT, and explaining to me like that it's all like a time-based job. Like there's no call-offs and stuff like that. So I get out of my little meeting or whatever and I call him and he's like, babe, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I know we just went to this little like interview and stuff for this little apartment and I told you all this other stuff, but I'm not gonna lie, I lost my job. Bitch. When I say I was pissed, I was so fucking pissed. And mind you, like when I start, like the crazy part is like I met my baby daddy and I wasn't even like fucking with him. Like I'm not a cheater. So like he was like asking me questions about my relationship. Like, oh, what do you love about your boyfriend? Like what's like your favorite thing about your boyfriend? Because I told him like I have a boyfriend. And I was like, I love the fact that we've been together for 2 years. Like, and he was like, well, damn, I would hope that if we were together for 2 years or more, you would have something better to say about me. And then I thought about it like, damn, I guess that's really like a bad thing to say. But I was like, I can't think of any fucking thing else, honestly. Like this nigga starting to piss me off. So then I'm like, yeah, this nigga got one more thing. So mind you, I go home, you tell me you don't have no fucking job no more and you just had me do all this apartment hunting and all this dumbass shit and you lost your fucking job. Bitch, it was fucking over with. I came home and I was like, no. Like, go back to your sister's house. Go back to wherever the fuck you came from. I will never call you again because, bitch, you can't focus when you're with me. Like, clearly, you be so obsessed with being up under me and so obsessed with being around me that you do not need to be my nigga. Like, you'll do better on your own. That's the conclusion that I fucking came to. So, I'm like, yeah, this nigga gotta go. So, I break up with him, all this other stuff. Maybe like 3 weeks go by. Now my baby daddy's at my house because we're on our little first date or whatever. So why? I don't know if this nigga was watching me from a distance or like what the fuck. But while my baby daddy is there and we're like talking and stuff like that, like I get like random like knocks on my doors. Like, I mean steady, like over and over and over again. And then my phone started blowing up and he's like, is that your ex-boyfriend? Like, is y'all still fucking around? Like, you could be honest. I'm like, I am not fucking around with this nigga. Like, if you knew what this nigga just did to me, you would know that I'm not fucking around with this nigga. Like, please, be so for real. So then he was like, well, if it's real, then go tell him that you got company. So I'm like, all right. I go my happy ass right to the door and I'm like, I'm sorry, I have company. And the next day he sent me like this big, like 2-page fucking paragraph about how I'm the most beautiful person that he's ever been with. I'm like, he always was happy to wake up every day next to me and how he loves me to death. He loves what my family done did for him. He loves like everything about me and that he's sorry and that he's gonna do better and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, you know, it's just a little too late. Like, we're over. Like, it's done. Like, I am moving on with my life. Like, we're done. But I'm just like, and then I blocked him off of all social medias after, like, I found out that I was pregnant. Like, a while later because he still worked at Amazon and I still worked at Amazon, and sometimes like I would see him, and like at one point he saw me when I was pregnant and it was like so awkward, but I was just like, yeah, it's over. Like, I know you feel a type of way about seeing me at work, like, and seeing like that I'm doing my own thing or whatever, but no, it was just over with. But it was funny because I'm like, am I the asshole? Because I feel like you're the asshole for playing me like that, and I've done so much for you. But then it's like, everybody's like, you know you were an asshole because you know how much he loved you. But I'm like, love is clearly not enough. Like, you clearly would do better by yourself. Like, clearly. Like, you ain't need me to be around because, bitch, like, I'm not about to be, like, nobody's mama before I'm a mama. Like, for sure. Like, I'm not doing that. But what just made me think about that was, like, it's been almost 5 years and he was just lurking on my Instagram. Like, I just seen, like, I don't even know his fucking Instagram name, but I just seen a picture of him inside of my views on my story. So please let me know if I was the asshole. That's the end.